Hi, it's Karen again. Today, I know my car's bugged. Being a informant for the FBI, and they bugged everything. Because my ex was dating their one daughter, Michelle. I told you everybody got paid off real quick, and then they helped out for selfish gains of their own. The house was worth $200,000 plus dollars. I had a insurance policy to pay it off. He had a 125 250 life. My $18,000 worth of jewelry they bowled me out of when Wendy's and Maslin right before 12/9 of 18. Give your jewelry back. I said give it all back. BB was first born. It was before December 9th of 18. With the attempts on my life, and now I hit on a baby's life, and they were helping out. I went home and told Dave I didn't want it anymore. I could have given him back one ring to cover the cost of the $5,000 to $7,000. I gave him back $18,000 in diamonds, hoping that they would stop. They never stopped. I went up to Ravenna. The National Guard helped out during the case. Sweethearts, the Freemasons, the District Attorney's Office, State Department, police, retired vets. I did have quite a few exceptionally good people and their families. But even today, we've made fun of her for years and she doesn't know what's going on. Well, where I was going through my videos, one of the videos, and I was going through my text messengers from my one ex-friend, Darlene, it said where I was texting her that he had put the word emitting it. I taped her emitting what? And that's what they usually say with the dirty stuff. Well, I wasn't talking to him. I wasn't even talking to Darlene. I was texting her. And I went and put the puppies downstairs, and I'm like, who are you talking to? No one. That's what he always says. Well, and then I look at my new bank account information. My username and password's changed. And I text Darlene, I'd be worried if there was more than $5 in it. Well, everybody kept talking about the church people weren't funny before, breaking in and drugging her and telling her to say she's some kind of weirdo before. And there's common knowledge, May 25th, Louisville, Wendy's. The crew was speaking of it, and then a little old lady on the other street where they kept saying it's funny. She doesn't know. It's so funny. Well, I've almost been shot in the head driving. I had 6 stalkers. I had almost been kidnapped before. It's the same guy. One of them is. 6 stalkers inside Walmart, chased off between 10 of 18 and 3 and 19. Almost got shot in the head driving, had slammed on the brakes and tucked my head. There's a hit on BB and Dixie. And they're tampering with their vehicles. And then the gunshot night, they said they killed people outside while I was hiding, not to get shot through the window or the door again. And outside they said they killed people. So what the hell? Well, there's a green laser light coming into the living room, lights crossing out back. And I'm hiding not to get murdered. And they make fun of me in Walmart. Some dirty agents said they chose to stay out of it. And people showed up and said they're crippled. And they lost family members that night. Where the hell is this funny? Dave couldn't find me one day, and I found out, like I said before, he couldn't find me. I was safe, so I didn't answer my phone. He chicken winged my arm, knocked me into the wood railing, punched me twice in the stomach so hard I have permanent inflammation. I have to take medication for it. It's not funny. He came in one night, squeezed my face till it was black, and then caught me in the roads. Good luck finding a man that wouldn't hit you in the roads. And I told him there's good men out there and they're worth waiting for to get out of my room. And I told you how he sexually assaulted me, acted like he couldn't make love to me, and then pulled out a butt, rushed up and just did that to my behind. I'm like, what? And we never did make love. He did it to assault me. So a man that beats on his wife, hires stalkers and murderers, trying to kill her granddaughter, her daughter-in-law and son, and have a list of people in his own voice that he's going to kill. his own voice. They paid people to know where I was. There's real stalkers, real murderers. I almost was kidnapped before, and then people are showing up threatening my life, trying to shoot me. I got on 62. There was a man with a gun pointing it at my head, pulling the trigger back, and I slammed on the brakes, tuck. In a split second, saved my life. So where is any of this funny? Well, when I found out that the church people broke in and drugged me and told me to say that, they knew that. They're not stupid. Well, when Dave had said that, and I thought, Dave drugged me before. The apartment second building, they're part of it. They say a lot of crap to me. In the brick building, she's a lady with little kids. It's funny, she finally figured out Dave drugged her before and told her to say it. That's how I got my online banking information and changed it. And when I wasn't talking to anybody and I was texting, you'd tape me. I used to be really sick years ago. I was on Daragesic patches, 100 milligrams. We moved, I found all boxes of them, open ones and loose in the thing. Well, with Dave trying to kill me, I wanted to get rid of them. Because I don't want him giving that killer for more money. And when he found out I was getting rid of them at Walgreens in the dispensary, with getting rid of so much, I took a picture of the box of Daragesic in case there was any questions of getting rid of so much Daragesic. I always thought they were morphine. They're fentanyl. Fentanyl is 80 to 100 times stronger than morphine. I was Googling what causes amnesia and you're awake. Fentanyl, propofol, benzidine, like Valium. Get enough of it, you're wide awake. And you have 100% amnesia. 40 milligrams of fentanyl, half of a patch basically, dissolved in a coffee. I would never know what he told me to say. I didn't know he did it because he put something in my drink. That's why I was throwing up so much. During the case, right after it started, I was throwing, or even right before, I was throwing up really bad. And I couldn't quit throwing up at different times. Well, the beating, I really couldn't. And I found out if he couldn't touch my drinks, within 30 days I was on solid food. Well, he's fentanyl. You get amnesia. And you say and do what you're told. And there's no such thing as true serum. It's an old movie thing of, it's just anesthesia. Sodium pentothal? You Google it. You falsely admit to luring children, falsely admit to writing rants, false memories implanted about Pearl Harbor, crimes too. The questioner gets what they want, not the truth. It's movie shit. It's just anesthesia, but it's lethal enough. They put puppies down. And I think 4 grams will knock you out and 20 will kill you. I may have a septal infarct in my heart now. It needs fixed. And so these people think it's funny hurting a cult's victim while they're trying to kill her daughter-in-law and granddaughter. And people outside, we've been making fun of her for years. And she didn't know why. No, I didn't. And they knew it. And they knew he fentanyl me. They can't deny it. Last night they showed up and said, "Did you realize he fentanyl her?" We just realized it. Yeah, right. That's why they kept saying it in front of Jeff, too, in Giant Eagle. Tape and audio. They think it's funny she doesn't know. We think it's so fun. It's not fun. And then they think they're going to give that family that goes to that church that made up of course it wasn't true. Of course it never happened. We made it up. It was a game of pretend. My other granddaughter Flora ratting them out. Where Melissa had her kids make up a mean game of pretend where I was supposed to hurt one. The agent already came up to me in 19. Melissa's so stupid she made everything up when you were fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were. Her first lie is you bent over and probably they seen your butt. I'm wearing a nightgown I didn't know. Second lie, you were being weird with yourself in the bathroom while outside drinking water with Jen. And the third lie, they'll make up something. Well, Flora finally stated it October 23rd, 2019, laughing her head off. She's 7 at the time, just giggling and laughing. Of course, it never happened. And she's sassy. She would have said, "Uh-huh, Daddy," that's what they said. But she started giggling and laughing until she couldn't quit smirking like this. And they had company, so I didn't say anything. That they were told to pretend that I hurt one of them. It's not funny. A severe cold. Trying to have me murdered. And these people making fun of me for it. And they fentanyl me. And they're supposed to be the law. And it was because Dave was dating one of their agent's daughters Memorial Day weekend 2019. Forced my daughter at the food counter of Walmart on 62. Old white lady, African American man. And I'm at the register paying for my cheesecake. Forced my daughter, her husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell. And it's for my daughter they did all this for, and our family watching her down here. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend but the state of Ohio, who protects her. Mocking me. Memorial Day weekend, you know how packed it was? And they were yelling it from the food counter to the register. Stupid old white woman. Dave used her. They looked it up. It was from Michelle's mother. There was another girl in the case he was using. She's heavy-set, blonde, with big chest. Parents meet. Walk up, we're going to steal everything you have in life. We're going to move in the basement when you move out. Well, he's engaged to that Kathy now. He used them all. Got what he wanted. And do they stop harassing me? No. The victim of a cult and kidnapping and drugging. Yesterday, I was at the gas station outside. Some lady said, "Do you realize these people are admitting to kidnapping her?" Yeah. There's supposed to be a Steve, Eric, Kurt, Chris, and Mark, and all people I've never met. I never even met the agent Will. No officer, no agent knocked on my door or asked me any questions. I talked to Will once on the phone, told him I was scared. That's it. Told his secretary I seen the guy and Dave's got a list by them. Please send higher. We're taping. Now, being an informant for the FBI, I went around and got my own witnesses, taped them so the police sent higher. I know they were taping there anyways, but that way they could hear it through my phone. Because they have copies of my phone. What was being said, witnesses that everybody was okay, about the gunshot night too, about Dave bragging that he had people up there to shoot me and they went to the wrong house. I got that, and that, him even admitting that they paid people to know where I was. They sold me for money to a stalker or a murderer. He even admits they had people threaten me and worse. They tried to kill me. Is he in jail? No. None of them are in jail. Except for some stalkers inside Walmart. There were 6 of them. 6 of them. And then the gunshot night, the house where the FBI police and hire and FBI is taping inside. After the shooting near the house of Christmas 18, where I'm hiding not to get shot. The house picked up how they killed those people while I'm hiding on the floor with a gun between my knees so I don't get shot through the laser light through the window and lights crossing out back. And gunfire going off so loud it exploded in my head. And they said they killed people outside, and people have showed up down here that they lost family members. It's not funny. I've had a man show up in a wheelchair. I cry for these people. I've told people, I have told them what I have heard outside. They've even showed up on the 4th of July at Big Lot. Someone was talking to that agent, well, it's not funny, they said they killed people outside. They did, and then where they sold the login, people was talking about the headshot, the thing I didn't mention. It's horrifying. These people have publicly humiliated me for 50 miles around for personal enjoyment. Why? If they had questions to ask me, they could have just came in and asked me. Now everybody's like, well, we didn't realize you found out there before. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They were just part of it for selfish gain. Because otherwise they would have said, Karen, they're trying to kill you. There's real stalkers in place. There's real murderers. There's an attempt on your life. What about this tape? I'd say, what tape? What are you talking about? And they say, we figured that somehow they've drugged you and told you to say something crazy. So, yeah. But they didn't. No officer, no agent knocked on my door, asked me questions. Ran Miranda rights. Nothing. Nothing. I have black and blue marks. Somebody does the FBI drug people? No. They go rogue and they lose their badge. Department of Justice. Every civil right broke. 1 to 10 years. Then it's drug and kidnapping charges and the corruption of agents for that. And they're sodium pentothal. It's not true serum. It's an old nickname. An agent warned me, remember the truth or try to imply lies that try to steal everything you have in life. False memories implanted with it. It's just anesthesia. Falsely confessed to crimes too. Falsely confessed to writing ransom notes. Falsely confessed to luring children. Falsely confessed to Pearl Harbor last year. They use it to put, it's just anesthesia. They use it to put puppies down. 4 grams will knock you out. I think 20 will kill a human. It's lethal and you lie under it. They don't use it. They don't drug anybody. It's illegal to them. They outlawed everything. U.S. Supreme Court rolls over us all. 2005. 11th Circuit. 18-10134. No drugging, no beat rape, torture, no neurochipping. And put 33 CIA, Hamas, and other government agents involved in a prison setting for 20 years. And then compensated the women and let them go. And, paid their medical bills. This is the United States of America. Our nation was founded on freedom and civil rights. That the government could not turn on its own people. We have went into other countries. Korea. We have went into Vietnam, Kuwait, where we live with freedoms to become who we want and live our life as we choose. We find it appalling when other governments turn on their own people and kill them and hurt them and beat them and rape them. And our military pays the ultimate cost of people we've never met nor are responsible for. Go into that country to free them from dictators. These people disgrace what our country was founded on. The basic civil rights and constitutional rights endowed on each and every citizen. That we, as the greatest nation on this earth, see other countries horrifyingly abusing their citizens. We'll load our military up and we'll go in and free them. We have the greatest nation on earth. And these people disgrace the military that paid the ultimate cost, that came back, their family members and caskets are missing limbs to free people they've never met and think they could do it to me for selfish gain. And now they're not even gonna get it. That's where it's ironic. And Dave playing that other family, that one blonde girl showed up the other day. She's fat, she's got a big chest, her parents ruthless. We're gonna steal everything you have in life. My parents don't even move in the basement. And she's not that pretty, she's just young, blonde, and fat, and big-chested. And her parents are horrible. I quit smoking for about 15 hours. I was feeling really good about myself. I seen her, and I went in Huntington Bank, and I walked out, and they started making fun of me for the rape and torture. Well, that was done with smoking. I had to go, I don't deal with it. And they sold the login. People said they taped the whole case.
and they have that for their personal enjoyment. And people are saying that they've run around making fun of me for 2 years for our government destroying me and disgracing what our government was founded on. These people are ridiculous and horrifying. And it was out of selfish gain from couple of their daughters and their families participating in it, thinking they could lash on to $600,000 in assets instead of just put me in a witness program and moving me out of here. They all knew I was innocent. They knew that kid was lying. I didn't even know, and I didn't know DeFlorence. Like she said, of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. It was a game of pretend, and she's laughing and giggling her little behind off until it's horrifying. They should be ashamed of themselves. I wish somebody with integrity would do the right thing and fix this. People keep telling me to get an attorney, and they call attorneys not to represent me. Attorneys are stupid. They turned on their informant in Boston. They sued him for $500 million. They got 50. You could retire on an island. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube. Hopefully somebody will show up and help. Because I can't fix these evil people. A guy in the mall, he's like, I could write a bestseller. Paid off dirty agents, a man trying to kill his wife, and then being shot at running. I call it Karen's prayers. And that's where I came up with the idea with the YouTube. Because I used to pray about everything. And he's looking up.